Why take in black patients if you want to treat them right?
I'm sorry, say that again, ma'am.
When you go to the website, which I've already committed mine, I've already submitted mine.
A black woman doctor saved my life and my daughter's life. She made me feel safe and heard and respected throughout the entire thing. And I have to wonder to myself, was my obstetrician afforded that same respect when she gave birth to her own children?
Like me as a nurse, I always have eyes on my patient. I can chart with looking at my patient. There's a lot of things, especially in moments of crisis, that you learn as a nurse after you've been one for a while that you can do, and you can do very, very quickly. And the fact that she decided to go to work that day and choose to be racist tells you a lot about, number one, her character, and the fact that this is a very normal behavior from her.
Can you say Lacrista Vaughn is no longer employed?
Sorry, keep talking. How can I help you?
Why take in black patients if you want to treat them right?
I'm sorry, say that again, ma'am.
Why take in black patients if you want to treat them right?
Ma'am, we do know about that. We're marking down the complaints about it. I can't really go into it, honestly, but I will let them know that you called and are complaining about it, and we've had many calls, trust me. Okay?
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yep, just filed my complaint. I'm a nurse, and this just infuriated me so much. Like, for her to just be sitting there across from that lady and she is in active labor and she don't give two fucks. File y'all complaint, y'all. This lady do not need to be a nurse. She needs to be... Shit, that bitch can't even watch my dog. I don't know what she needs.
So as you can see from the first clips, people have been calling to complain to Dallas Regional Medical Center in Mesquite, Texas, where Lacrista Vaughn has been working and did that injustice to that black woman and her little baby boy. Folks have also been submitting the reports online, which if you like to do so, I do have a clip in this video that walks you through it, and I'll link the website that you would need to go to. But I have been seeing that folks are saying that Lacrista Vaughn has been terminated. Now, y'all know me, I typically need to see proof, and I'm just starting to see news outlets pick up this story. Like, I just saw an article from People, for example, but I'm not seeing a lot of networks talking about this story just yet. And I have not seen official news of her termination. But I want to share a couple of clips, sharing what people are saying, and especially nurses that have been speaking out, talking about their experience, what should be happening, because I have seen comments, unfortunately, that have stated that that nurse did the correct thing, which is absolutely ridiculous. That, what we saw in that video, was Heartless, and she was not doing her job. In a story, I can't believe people are actually, there's always a few, but it's really tough to see that some people are actually taking up for this nurse. Anywho, overwhelmingly, people get it. People are seeing, and especially the nurses and those that work in the medical field, have been outraged by this. And I do also want to highlight a story of a white woman who's talking about how a black nurse actually saved her and her child. And she's even questioning now if they were able to receive that type of treatment when they carried their own children, right? So, I think it's healthy for, other people to really start thinking about how black women are treated when they're seeking medical care, especially pregnant black women. Okay, so the only actual news source that I'm seeing is from the Houston Chronicle, which is providing the statement from Dallas Regional Medical Center. They're saying, at Dallas Regional Medical Center, the safety, dignity, and well-being of our patients are always our highest priorities. The statement reads, "We are committed to providing compassionate, high-quality care to every person who comes through our doors, and we are reviewing this situation to understand what occurred." That doesn't sound like the nurse was terminated to me. Also, when I called the hospital to ask about that nurse, I wasn't given any information, but I was directed to call on Monday when a certain department is there and may be able to get more details.
Standing ovation. standing ovation. Can you say Lacrista Vaughn is no longer employed? No longer employed. No longer employed at Dallas Regional Medical Center. No longer. Yes, honey. Lacrista is no longer employed. Yeah, you know the nurse. I hate to call her my colleague, but she is my colleague. And they got an address out here. They got her nursing license number on here. They got a phone number. It's so many things that's floating around. And it should be. But all I'm saying is, guys, don't dox her like that and put her information out there, because that's not good at all. But what she did was totally insane, unhumane, heartless. You saw that lady was in full active labor, and you did nothing. All you did was sit there and ask questions. At the end of the day, as a nurse, we take an oath. We are advocates for patients. We're supposed to offer compassion. We're supposed to have compassion. And remember, this is something that you can't be trained or taught. You have to be embedded in you. And when we come into this role as nurses, we have to be displaying all those things, because people come to the hospital, coming to the doctor to get help, and they want to see a smiling, friendly face that's willing to help us. Lacrista Vaughn, you next, your license are getting ready to go, because what you did was unethical. Unethical. No investigation needed, because it's all over the internet. If one doctor is talking, no, it's 12 doctors that are talking. And if they're talking, you know what you did was totally unacceptable, unexplainable. Lacrista Vaughn, Lacrista Vaughn, Lacrista Vaughn. You found out exactly how powerful the internet is. And when the next person that do something, we're going to bring them down as well.
So because Miss Lacrista failed every ED nurse and showed the whole world what not to do when a patient comes into the ED in active labor, now you got me, Nurse Molly. I'm your professor today. Class is in session. ED Crash Course 101. Get your pens and your papers. Patient presents to the ED, visibly distraught and in pain, screaming, saying that they're in labor. Believe them. I am a single young man with no kids. If a woman tells me she's in labor, I'm believing you. Because the hell do I know? Shit, even if you got 20 kids, if a woman tells you she in labor, believe her. That's step motherfucking one. And as a nurse, if the patient don't know that she's in labor, but you see active signs like crowning, her water broke, or her contractions are getting closer together, you need to be aware of that. Step 2, get her into a goddamn room. You don't tell her to sit back in the lobby. You don't tell her to sit and triage with you. You put the poor woman in a goddamn room and rub her feet and tell her everything's gonna be okay. You understand me? Step 3, understand this is not a one-man job. Get an attending, get a physician, get a mid-level, somebody in the goddamn room to be with the patient to do an assessment. You understand? While that's going on, you scream to a coworker and tell them to call labor delivery, or you call labor delivery your goddamn self. Don't leave that poor woman by herself. Don't you do it. You hold her hand and you look her in the face and you say you're gonna have a beautiful baby boy, baby girl, and I'm gonna be here every step of the way. Now notice, at no point between steps 1 and 3 are you harassing this woman for triage information. That comes afterwards, because we do need to get you registered, right? We do. So now take a step back and look at what we've built. Patient came to the ER, complained that she was in active labor. We believed her. We brought her back into a room, called a provider to do an assessment, told our coworker to call labor and delivery, and then we stood there for emotional support so this poor lady ain't doing this by herself. At this point, labor delivery should be on the way down and we're ready to go. All within minutes, not 12 minutes spent in the goddamn triage bay. Time is baby, folks. Time is baby. Also, quick pro tip, get mommy on vitals, get the baby on the fetal heart tone monitor, and also get IV access. It's just gonna make your life easier. So now, yes, we do need to get her registered. So in spaces between her contractions where she can actually manage to talk to you and get a few words out, you ask her what are the necessary questions you need to ask. Whatever happened to emotional and social intelligence, bro? Like if it's not the time, just don't ask. Just stop. It's all situational, guys. It's all situational. If there was a time to do it, it would be now. And there you go. In 1 minute, you learn what to do when a patient comes in active labor in the ED. Simple as that. I don't know what Lacrista had going on while she was doing all that bullshit up front in triage, but if you love your license, you listen to me, okay?
A black woman doctor saved my life and my daughter's life when I had my first child. She was the most compassionate, caring, and intelligent obstetrician I've ever had in my life. The fact that black women are 3 times as likely to die during childbirth in America is fucking insane. And to see a woman like Lacrista, or whatever the fuck her name is, treat a woman who is in active fucking labor the way that she did, with just total disregard. And I can only assume the worst of Lacrista. But my black obstetrician treated me, a white woman, with the utmost respect. She did everything in her power to help me have the birth that I wanted. Even though that didn't happen, she made me feel safe and heard and respected throughout the entire thing. And I have to wonder to myself, was my obstetrician afforded that same respect when she gave birth to her own children, being a black woman? I'm trying really hard not to crash out over how fucking sick this woman is and how awful white women treat black women in general. I'm so sick and tired of it. I cannot even imagine being a black woman in America. We have to do better. This can't be the way that it is.
Lacrista Vaughn from Dallas Regional Medical Center. She's now been fired is what I've read. I want y'all to realize something. Besides the fact that it's blatant racism and the fact that people literally work in healthcare. I work with people that work in healthcare that are racist. Like, they're racist. Like, me as a black woman, I can pick up on that really, really quickly. But I also want to be very clear in the fact that this woman didn't even turn around to look at her. She didn't turn around to look at her. Like, me as a nurse, I always have eyes on my patient. I can chart with looking at my patient. There's a lot of things, especially in moments of crisis, that you learn as a nurse after you've been one for a while that you can do, and you can do very, very quickly. And the fact that she decided to go to work that day and choose to be racist tells you a lot about, number one, her character, and the fact that this is a very normal behavior from her. Like, this looked like a normal, typical day at work for her. It didn't look abnormal. It didn't look like she was fazed at all by the fact that she was being blatantly racist out loud. And also, I want to be abundantly clear. Every single coworker that worked with that woman that night should be fired, should be reprimanded, because you saw her behavior. You know that woman's behavior. Like, after you work with people long enough, you know their behavior as a nurse. You know what they're good at. You know what their strengths are to a certain extent. You know what their weaknesses may be. And the fact that y'all allowed that, nobody jumped in, nobody advocated for that woman. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised, but she should lose her medical license.
Okay, so for the people who are interested in actually seeing this through, you're going to, in the comments, I'm going to post the nurse, I'm going to post her license number. In the comments, you're going to see the address, you're going to see a phone number, you're going to see the name of the clinic, and I am going to give you her license number. I think that her first and last name, and I'm going to do a screenshot because I collected all of the information from all of the other TikTokers who have done videos who want to see something done for her. Okay, when you go to the website, which I've already committed mine, I've already submitted mine, I already have a confirmation number. You're going to go to Texas BON, Board of Nursing. Then you're going to go to an area where it says discipline and complaints, and you're going to go down to how to file a complaint. It is going to bring you down to this page where it says online complaint form. You're going to open that, and you are going to obviously bypass their security thing, and all of the information that it's going to ask you, I will make sure that I provide as much information that I have been able to find online. I was not able to find the patient's first and last name, and I was not able to find the official date and time of the incident, but I just put yesterday, and I've been going through videos, and there's a lot of people kind of talking over the information, but this is going to help that nurse have some type of accountability. Complaint. It is going to bring you down to this page where it says online complaint form.
I want to punch you in the face. I'm not going to, but I want to.